Flosstube friends. It's time for another episode. We've made it to another Friday, folks. Hello. Welcome. I am Annie, Joy-Filled Stitcher, both here on YouTube and over on Instagram, and I'm actually posting on Instagram. Well, I did a little bit last week. Anywho, welcome to my channel about cross stitch and other crafty endeavors. I hope you have had a great week. It is Friday, July 9th, and this is Flosstube number 112. Yay! We are well ensconced into July, which has meant things have slowed down a bit. June was filled with a lot of day camps at school for Joy-Filled Little One. And now, these last couple of weeks, we've kind of had not a whole lot going on. This week, I have been busy being my organizational self and packing the little one to go off to camp. So she will be at a overnight camp. It's actually a week long, or almost a week long, this coming week. And so this mama heart's breaking a little bit, but I know that it's something she's really excited about. She's going to have a blast. She's going with one of her best little friends, and they're going to have a fun time. They have all these, kid-centered. It's also a Christian camp, which, like they even say, bring your Bible, bring, pens and things to write in your Bible. And so for me, I know that that's not for everybody, but this is, my little bit of life update. So for me, I love that. And I love that she's wanting to be a little bit independent. Now, I will say, in the last couple of days leading up to her departure, she's been more clingy, more, let me sit in your lap. Let me hug on you. Let me hold your hand everywhere we go. And I'm like, yes! I love that. I love that. Anywho, you didn't come here for all of that, or maybe you did. If you are returning back, you kind of have said you love to hear about what's going on in my world with my little family of 3 plus Potter. And Potter is our dog. He made an appearance 2 videos ago, to much delight. I think if I was to figure out how, the commenting went on my videos, his would be up there. Y'all loved him, which we love him. He's a goof. But anyway, so on this channel, I give hugs. I give virtual hugs, and we usually start them out unless I forget, and I'm not going to forget today. So let's come in for our hugs. We do one on each side, and then we hug ourselves, show ourselves some love. And so yeah, come on, let's do our hugs. So we're going to do one on this side. And then we're going to do one on this side. And then we're going to hug ourselves. So yeah, had a fast week. This week has gone by extra fast. And I've gotten some stitching done. A lot of the projects are ones you saw last week. And so that is kind of where I am. In my stitching frame of mind, I have been much more like, I'm not ever going to be a monogamous stitcher and stitch on only one project all the day long. I do like to bounce between things. But in terms of the amount of things I'm bouncing between, it is far, far less than it has been traditionally in the past, where I might have a lot of whips to show. I also am accomplishing finishes, which is fantastic. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 things to show you today. So not much, and there's not much in the way of Joy-Filled Stash. Plans is a lot of the same, but we'll get there when we get there. So I can't guarantee this is going to be a super long video. A lot of you have wished me a great vacation. I think I might have misspoke or not been clear. We are not going on vacation until the 1st of August. So I am here until then. Now our vacation spans from a Sunday to a Sunday. So I am not sure, but I feel like I'm going to have some kind of content that I'm going to pre-record, and I'll have it scheduled to go up on that Friday. So it won't be like a traditional sit down, show you what I worked on, but it will be something stitchy content related. So that would be on the August the 6th. But other than that, I will be here, as far as I know. We did have one kind of somewhat, well, not somewhat, very sad thing happen. I have a dear friend from church who has two little girls. One who is a little bit, is 1 year younger than Joyfilled little one, and then her sister is 2 years younger than her. And right after the youngest was born, their mother, who is my friend from church, was diagnosed with breast cancer. Let me just say, this might be something that is triggering to you if you have had personal experiences with the big C word or anything like that, or loss or anything. So feel free to fast forward until you see me hold up a project. But this is part of my life and kind of where I am right now. But anyway, and she battled it. She did fantastic. It was gone. She had lost all of her hair from the chemo and radiation. It all grew back. It had gotten long and just I mean, she's just beautiful inside and out. I mean, gorgeous, gorgeous heart, just beautiful, beautiful woman, and just the best mom and the best friend. And about a year ago, kind of in the throes of quarantine, she started feeling poorly again. Well, come to find out that the cancer had returned, but unfortunately it was like spread quite significantly more. It was in, I can't remember where all it had gotten to. And so she began to again battle it. Chemo, radiation, it made her weak. It made her very ill. She ended up in the hospital quite a number of times because she was just unable to keep anything down. And she was like very fatigued. And I mean, typical, but it seemed like her body was responding very poorly, like on the worst of the sides of things, to the point where she was severely dehydrated. She was having to go in and have IV fluids and all of that. She kind of seemed to rally around Christmas time. And then it's like it all came back with a vengeance again. She's been incredibly sick for over a month. She actually came to Vacation Bible School, which was in the evenings. It was a family program. It was about an hour and a half long. But the majority of that she spent, she brought her girls and they hung out with one of the other families who they're friends with. And her husband sat in kind of the quiet room in a comfortable chair just because she was so uncomfortable and in a lot of pain. And so I guess about 2 weeks ago, they decided to stop all treatments. They decided to put her on home hospice care. And then 4 days ago, they, my mom, who has been kind of keeping me up on this because it's kind of, we're doing like a calling tree almost. And she's a friend with my mom as well. My mom and I share quite a number of friends. They had given her morphine to make her comfortable. And so we knew that it was not going to be very long. And then night before last, I got the phone call that she had passed peacefully. Her daughters were there with her. They've been with her throughout this whole journey. So I can't even imagine how they've had to grow up. I mean, and now they face not having their mom. I mean, that's just devastating. And her husband was there. Both of our clergymen were there. A couple of her very close friends from the church were there, but it was a very, very small group. And I don't know that she was even aware who was there, but they, of course, prayed her last rites. Just made it a very peaceful time. And her services are coming up on Tuesday. And then she will actually have her formal services with, the final steps in Missouri, where she's from. And so I've just been, and I did share it with Joyful Little One, and it was, she knew she was sick. She knew she was not well. She knew she was in a lot of pain because she's friends with the little girl. And so they had talked about it. And, so I think it came as like a shock, like, what? Because she also obviously was also a helper with her Sunday school class. And so it's just been kind of a rough thing. And so I have some, I'm just being open and honest here. I obviously have some of my anxiety that I dealt with last year is building, and it's building a little bit because of one, Joy-Filled Little One going to be gone for a week from me. And she was like my saving grace last year, like 100%. And also because this is someone who is younger than me, who is a mom, who, you know, we always believe our moms are going to be there. And so it's really hard to like know that someone who's in that same stage of life as me, you know, has moved on. And so Joyful Little One and I had a conversation about kind of, yes, it's very sad. Yes, we're going to be prayerful for her family going on without her. And yes, it's, you know, we're heartbroken, but we can also be happy and joyful that she is without hurt, because that's what we believe. I know not everybody believes the same as me, and so I totally get that. And that's why, you know, I do preface a lot of what I share on here, like the angel kindness cards, that is, those are tied to how I feel about things. And that's how I've been on this channel, is very open and honest and shared pieces of me. The good and the bad. Most of the time it's good, but I'm not going to lie. Last year, my anxiety threw me for a loop, and I'm feeling some of that, the sensations of how that felt coming back. And so I'm just trying to remember the things that I learned in counseling. I'm trying to remember the things that I learned just in the what worked and what didn't. And one of the big things is I have to decrease my screen time significantly. Like that is a huge, like it, I'm trying to explain. Like when my anxiety starts, I get like tingling in my head. I get tingling. And what's really stinky about that is that I have a ton of online trainings I was planning to accomplish this next week for school. And so I'm hopeful that it will all work out. The drop off for Joyful Little One will go fantastically. She will be just so engaged and excited. I can save my breakdown for the car. My husband can save his breakdown for the car so that she can feel like confident to go. So if you're the type that feels like to send out some good vibes, I could use good vibes, like 100% on Sunday. Now, the following Saturday will be fantastic because I'll be filming on Friday and be like, we're down to like this many hours till I go to pick her up. So yeah, I'm super excited for her. We've been talking about this and planning and paying for it for so long, and it's here. And so that's awesome. Let's get to stitching. So if you were fast forwarding till you saw stitching, here we go. We are on some stitching. So this is one of my WIPGO pieces for this month. And this is by Lindy Stitches. And it is called Poor and Needy. And it says, as for me, I am poor and needy, but the Lord takes thought for me. And I love this piece. I did some color converting this. The majority of the letters are in like a dark brown color. Pardon me. And so I changed mine to more like a dark blue color. And this is on a really pretty piece of Be Stitch Me fabric in 16 count Aida. It does not have a color. It's just a mystery color. And this is kind of my palette of colors. So we've got Color and Cotton Nickel. This is Color and Cotton from a mystery grab bag. So this is part of the lettering. We've got a Victoria Motto in Quilt Pink. Color and Cotton. This is another mystery grab bag. A lot of the mystery grab bags with this old craft tag did not have names on them because I think they were like slightly off of the color that it was intended to dye. And so a lot of times when you get grab bags now, they're not mystery grab bags. So that's why I said like this is a mystery one. So it's just like a really pretty variegated mid to dark green. Then I've got another Victoria Motto. This is Olive Orchard, which is a really pretty prim, like olivey green. And then Color and Cotton Winter Sea, which is a beautiful, this is the one that the majority of the lettering is in. So let me show you what I've worked on. So I have 7 days slotted for this project. And I have worked on it every day since, think I've done 3 days on this so far, or 4 days. And so I finished, when I started, I had the dark part. I had like this, and this of the dark green. So I have since filled in the rest of the dark green, done the kind of thistle blossoms, and then I misread the chart and filled in all of the green here and realized it. So it's supposed to look like this. Am I fixing it? No, I am not. And then I've done the top border all the way across. This is the width of the piece. This is the height of the piece. And I started on lettering yesterday. And so I think it's really pretty. This fabric is a beautiful, like kind of mottled gray beige with even some like pink and purple undertones, pink and lavender undertones. So I think this is turning out super fantastic. I love the kind of unique lettering style that Stephanie has designed on this chart. And so I have some more days. You will see this again because I'm trying to be consistent with keeping up with my whip goes. All right, so I am working on this month for my 25/7 piece, which you have all wonderfully shared that is Julie McConnell. I hope I said that right. Now I'm going to go back and check my comments because that's what's in my brain. And I literally like said it 87 times, like it's Julie McConnell, Julie McConnell. And I'm thinking, oh, what if I'm wrong? And then I'm going to feel like a dunce and go sit in the corner with my hat on the one-legged stool. Julie McConnell. I was right. Okay. So thank you, Paula, for reminding me that it was Julie McConnell. So 25/7, work on a project, 25 stitches or 25 minutes a day, 7 days a week. And so for the month of June, I worked on Ink Circles Rosetta, and I worked on that for 25 minutes every day that month. Or once I started it. I don't think I started it June 1st. I started it like a weekend. And so in order to not burn myself out on that project, I decided, since we're kind of in this jolly July-ish kind of thing, like wintry themed projects, I have a lot that have birthdays coming up, I would pull out my 12 Days of Christmas by Satsuma Street. So I have finished the first and second one. When I showed this last week, I had partially stitched the border of the 3 French hen, because there's only one in the picture. And so at this point, I have done quite a bit more. And I think he is fantastic. I love it. And so I have some more to do. I just enjoy this so much. This one is for sure going to go with me on my trip because it's great big blocks of color. I am a super fan of Satsuma Street. Super fan. I don't have as many of her charts as I do, say, like Tracy of Ink Circles. That doesn't mean I won't. I'm just being honest. That doesn't mean I won't. I had to finish. Yay. So this one had a birthday on the 4th. I started this last year on the 4th. Not because it was like patriotic. It was because that was when I was spinning the wheel. If you can, let's go in our time machine to Annie of July 2020. I was spinning a wheel. I had all of my Christmas themed whips on that wheel. And then, or I had whip and new start. And so each day I spun to see if I was going to do a whip or a new start. And so I like the first 10 days had all new starts or something like that. I don't remember, but it was like I had a few. So this was one of the ones that spun new start. And this is Hands on Designs Cranberry Christmas. And I was going to stitch this one. And when I showed it as one of my options, I said, yeah, but I'm kind of like, do I want it to say cranberry? And one of my amazing Flosstube friends said, I think Joy Filled would work. And so I went into my Stitch Fiddle program, which is a free charting program that you can get on the internet. And I recharted it to say Joy Filled. So I stitched this in the called for Sulky pack. You can buy a pack with the colors for this chart. And so these are just going to go in my Sulky stash now. Got some reds and greens in there. And this is on a piece of 18 count Ada from Color and Cotton in Tombstone, which was from the Harvest Mystery Box. Now, a couple of things I changed. I did not stitch the top part. which had more of the cranberry vines and a little house, I simply stitched Joy Filled, and that looks like an A. It looks like Joy Old, but in person it really does look like Joy Filled. So it says Joy Filled Christmas, and then I love the detailing on these cranberries with the back stitch. And so for this 18 count Ada, I used the 1 strand of the sulky because it's kind of equivalent to like 1 3/4 strands of DMC. It's not quite 2 strands thick, but it works. And I just used the colors that were called for in the chart. It was in a Love You More Studio sleeve. This one is finished. It's off my WIP list. Yay! I'm pumped about that finish. So now I've got to figure out how to fully finish. Now, I talked about last week that I had started Quirky Quakers, Mythical Creatures by Darling and Whimsy Designs. I had mentioned that I was going to do them in the order of Bigfoot, Unicorn, Loch Ness, and then Yeti. You get this chart with the coloring for both Bigfoot or Sasquatch and Yeti. And I've pulled some flosses from my stash, some really cool ones for the borders. So yeah, I think all of them are either Forbidden Fiber Co. or Mystical Diamond Art. So, since we talked last, I have not only finished Bigfoot, Sasquatch. Hold on, let me take my needle minder off so I can get the fabric off of here. It's still on my hoop because I was intending to work on it some more. And then I had a Saf, which is a start and finish on the unicorn. So there is Mr. Bigfoot, and I'm calling him, what did I call him? I think his name is Silas. I think he's Silas Sasquatch. I've named them. Because why wouldn't you? If you're a goof like me. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen these finishes. Why are you not showing me but just one thing in my feed? Yes, Silas, and I spelled Silas wrong. I'm gonna fix that. Silas Sasquatch, and also Eunice the Unicorn. And I am obsessed with this floss. That is from Forbidden Fiber Co. And it is called, let me find it, Rio. And it is incredible. And the last I checked, it was in stock on her site. So far I have used Forbidden Fiber Company's Cloves, that's the brown, Mystical Diamond Art Algae for the dark green. The border of the Sasquatch, or Silas's, is Field of Dreams from Forbidden Fiber Co. I've used, no, I have not used that. There's a lot of these I have not used. I've used this Graige, which is from Mystical Diamond Art. This was the face of Silas. And then I have used, what else? Let me see. Pardon me. I have used Orchid from Forbidden Fiber Co., Strawberry from Mystical Diamond Arts, and then Rio. And so I've got some other ones in here that are for the other 2 characters. I cannot wait. My husband says I need to stitch this one by itself for the little one. I think I need to as well. And this is on, what fabric is this on? 18 count color and cotton in the color Snowy Sky. And I just cut it into a long, this was like a 13 by 17 piece, and I basically just cut it in half lengthwise. It'll be more than enough space. I think I left whatever was between this and the edge of the chart and this and the edge of the chart is what's in between. So I want to say it's 4 stitches. Yeah, from the furthest point out, no. It's like, yeah, 4 stitches. 4 stitches between these two, just in case. And then I centered them based on the chart measures. So, I would like to say this is going to get some more work. We shall see. Next up will be the Loch Ness Monster. So, the last thing I have to show, I think I showed or talked about that I was going to start this. And I did. I started this last Saturday, I believe. This is Stitchy Stars. And this is by Lori Holt of Bee in My Bonnet. And I am stitching 6 of these 7 stars, or quilt block kind of things, and I'm stitching them in a 2x3 array. And so I am doing, if you go from in the chart from this to this, I am doing 1, 2, 4, and then 7, 6, 5. And I did that because a lot of the ones I'm stitching have white on the outside edges. I shared my colors last week in the video, so you're welcome to go back and check that out if you're like really want to know. And this is on, I think, just a mystery cut of 18 count from Color and Cotton, and this is what I have done so far. So I've done my entire grid, which was super relaxing, by the way. And I've done, I've started with the lightest color. So in that case, I've done the white, which I'm doing Classic Colorworks Bamboo, both here and here. Then I did the pink on these two. And then last night I was working on the turquoisey color. So theoretically speaking, I will probably, after I'm probably going to complete these two completely and then move on, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Because, like, the white to me is the least exciting to stitch and, like, the least impactful. So, theoretically speaking, I think after I do the turquoise on this one, I will probably move my Q-snap and do the remaining white in the other ones. So, next week you might not see very much. That's what I worked on. So, plan-wise, what am I going to work on? Obviously, more 25/7 on the 12 Days of Christmas. I am loving Stitchy Stars, so I will for sure be working on that. Poor and Needy has some more days. And then once I am done with the 7 days on that, my other whip go this month is something I cannot remember off the top of my head. I think you might see it next week. I cannot remember for the life of me. Okay, anyway. And then I think I would like to say I would like to get, oh my gosh, how many times? Like. I think I should be able to get some more time in Mythical Creatures. Obviously, there will be very little stitching on Sunday, so we have to drive about between 2 and 3 hours. And then there's some stuff we have to do at the camp, and then when we come back, yeah. So I would say tentatively very little stitching on Sunday. But then I'll have some time throughout the week. I am hopeful that I can get a lot of my computer work done. We'll see. And then I have an eye doctor appointment on Friday because it's that time of year. Get my eyes checked. All right, we are running low on time. I said this was going to be a short one, and then I rambled for like 10 minutes. Okay, it's Joy-Filled Stash. Oh, that was terrible. Try that again. Take 2. It's Joy-Filled Stashy Stash time. It's Joy-Filled Stashy Stash time. And I don't have much to show. But what I do have to show is pretty awesome. So I got an awesome envelope from Tracy of Ink Circles because I am a patron of hers. I patronize her. And so every now and again, I get just this surprise little envelope in the mail with goodies from her because my information's on file. So what I got was this card that I can send to somebody because it's blank inside with her artwork that says, "Hello, friend," which I think is adorable. And then this is actually her thank you note, which, oh my gosh, it's tiny. And it says, thanks for your support on Patreon. It has one of her kind of mandala type shapes. And the thing says, thank you for my support on Patreon. I already read that. My best, Tracy, which I think is fantastic. And then this time, I'm so pumped because I'm like super into like any kind of decal-y stickers, like Sticker the World. And so I got 2 of her fantastic, I think these are oil or painting. They're actually paintings she's done. And then, oh my gosh, they look like kaleidoscope images. So cool. This one looks like flames. And this one looks like grasshoppers. Like, these look like grasshoppers. Anywho, way cool. I am always thrilled to support her. The amount of things that she shares with us, shows us behind the scenes, it's incredible. It doesn't seem like it should be time yet, but I did get my Forbidden Fiber Co. flosses. I am part of her Just Flossin' Club, which I think is hysterical that she has this adorable like Stitchy gal with her thread and her needle flossing. I can't do that dance. Beautiful flosses again this month. So sugar plum and celery. Awesome. Mildly variegated. We have magnetic mahogany and silver bells. Silver bells. Poinsettia. Ooh, we're getting some Christmas colors in. It's the Christmas in July. Got poinsettia, which is gorgeous, and gingerly. This one's really pretty too. We've got grayish, another grayish. I love gray beige, grayish. And then Pacific. Oh, another super fantastic bright blue. I love this one. Troubled Waters. Oh my gosh, that one's fantastic. Sea Gray. Highly variegated. Beautiful. And then we've got a one-of-a-kind Poe. And Heartthrob. Oh my goodness gracious. That is gorgeous. That's beautiful. So another fantastic month from Leanne. I highly recommend, highly recommend these flosses. 100%. Go join the club. All right. So the last thing I have to share is what I opened from my 2 Bridgerton themed boxes. So where we left off, I opened day 3 through 9. So the first one from Forbidden Fiber Co. is Unrequited, which is a beautiful floss. And then on the third from Fangirl Fibers, her knitting yarn box, I received this gorgeous mini skein. Oh my goodness. Love it. So I'm going to try to keep these as organized as possible as to what day I got what. On the 4th, from Forbidden Fiber Co., we got Incomparable. So this is very much a Daphne blue. Love it. Thank you for your fun comments about how I describe Bridgerton. And then this one from Fangirl is very much Penelope to me. Because poor Penelope, spoiler, is always put in as much yellow as possible. And she is a gorgeous redhead. I love Penelope. But her mom always makes her wear yellow. And there's one ball she gets to go to that her mother cannot make it to. She wears pink. And she looks radiant. She looks beautiful in yellow too. All right. So then for the 5th, we have Loquacious. So there we go. Another pretty yellow. More of a canary yellow. And then our yarn for the 5th. Gorgeous. Look at that. Look at the speckles in that. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I highly recommend both these companies. All right. Then for the 6th, Confession. It's Confession. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I am still reading through the books. I have purchased the first one on my Kindle because I just think that might be easier with vacation. And then they're all now in Kindle form on all 9 of them on Amazon. So they're all on my wish list. This is the 6th of the flosses. I am hoping I do not get cut off. If I do, I love you all and I hope you have a wonderful week. But I'm reaching, I feel, the precipice here. So I feel like maybe we're going to stop and I'll show you these next week because I only have a few more anyway. And let's get to our Angel Kindness card just so we make sure. Teresa Kogan, Angel Kindness card. Beautiful, thoughtful, pensive, that says, you were born with a purpose that is unique to you. Only you can carry it out. So be you, trust God, and believe in yourself. So if you are not one that is of like-minded to me, take that trust God part out. That means a lot to me, but I know it does not to everybody. But this could easily be for anyone if you were to say you were born with a purpose that is unique to you. Only you can carry it out. So be you and believe in yourself. I agree with that. We all have a purpose here. And in my opinion, there's only one person that knows that purpose. And it is my job to live my life as best as possible until that purpose becomes known to me. So we're going to have 3 flosses and 3 yarns plus what I still have to open next week. Promise, because I don't want to get cut off by my filming situation. So, have a fantastic week. If you feel so inclined, send some good vibes and prayers my way, just for dropping off the little one and being without her for a week, and then the funeral and all of that jazz. With that being said, I will say / sing. So long, stitch well. I'll see you soon, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, and I'll see you next Friday.